Ba weep, grana weep, nitty bong. I'm Engineer Hoist. Welcome to our second weekly Twitch stream for Transformers Earth Wars news, and welcome to everybody watching the replay on YouTube. If you want to join these guys in the chat live, head on over to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Engineer Hoist. Link is in the description, and it'll show up a little bit later. But let's go ahead and give some shout outs to everybody. We got Sharksy, who was first. Let's call that out. Gen 1 Red Alert, of course, Mr. Jeff, Wreck and Rule, Hot Rod, and Overwatch 7275, and I think I saw a few other people in there, but we got going. Oh yeah, I got glasses. I've been dealing with a cold, and it started like during the stream last week. I don't know if you remember, but I was, we got to the story. I'm like, oh man, my throat's not quite right. Well, the next day I had a sore throat, a terrible cold all weekend, which really slowed down. I wanted to do more with getting the channel and everything going and the transition and stuff like that. But the last couple of days, my eyes been bugging me, so the contacts weren't doing well. So we're rocking the glasses today. So yes, I do have these glasses. These are pretty recent, but enough about me. We're here to talk about Transformers Earth Wars. I'm on my way to better, Bruticus, but I'm not totally better. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about some Transformers Earth Wars news, and we can talk more about my health or lack thereof a little bit later. This weekend's event is called Big Gang Theory. Clearly it's a play on the Big Bang Theory. How the gang comes into it, not real sure. But a lot of this stuff is going to be in the newsletter. So if you subscribe to the newsletter from Transformers Earth Wars, you've seen this already. But as usual, we go over it for those of you who don't, and if nothing else, just to hang out and chat about it. Big Bronze Rim's in the house. One of our mods, he's got the sword there, ready to smite people if you get out of line. Haha. I did turn on a few other little tweaks there because we had a little bit of bad language last week. We shouldn't be seeing that anymore because of some tweaks I made. But anyway, let's move on. This weekend, gather your alliance and take part in this weekend's event to win up to 60,000 Spark, 800 4-star shards, 1,600 3-star shards, up to 4,000 premium shards, and up to 15 Nanofrost Mark III battle boosters, which I know everybody is excited about. And yeah, now that I'm doing a lot of talking, I can feel the voice. I don't know how long we're going to last. We're definitely going to get through the news, and we'll last as long as we can. The name sounds dirty to me, says Don7011. Kinda. I kind of had the same thought, but I was just like, we'll go with it. It works. This is an Alliance Totalizer event. There are no prestiges. It's just one big prize board. It starts and ends at the usual Friday and Monday start and stop times. And, I forgot to change that. It's only triple XP, not super XP. That's my bad. It is triple XP this weekend, not super XP. That's what you get for reusing old slides and not quite updating everything. So how do you participate? Just like in every event, you got to be headquarters level 4, and since it's an alliance event, you got to be in an alliance. You hit that yellow event button, fight the battle, win the battle, get your points, get your prizes. You guys know how this works. Battle zones are the standard battle zones that we're used to. I think that flat battle zone's only for the I've only seen that show up for like the Prime Core Shard events, which we haven't seen one in a while. I think we're taking a month off from that because I don't see one in the future. But yeah, so these are the standard battle zones, and here are the Totalizer prizes. A summary of them, obviously, because there are prizes all along the way up to the maximum of 500,000 points for the Alliance. But these are the points required to collect all of the listed prizes. So to get all of the premium shards, you got to hit 415,000. And to get all the Nanofrost, to get to 435. All the 3-star shards will be at 455. All the Spark will be at 475. And 500,000 gets you all of the 4-star shards. Wreck and Rule pulled a 4-star Rook. Oh, yes. Very, very good. Very good. Rook is awesome. I love Rook, and I know Big Bronze Rim has said that he loves his Rook as well. Okay, so we got some new bots. I didn't put a teaser slide in here, but you guys probably saw this. They were teased on the stream last week. They showed them off in the game. Red Alert, good friend G1 Red Alert in the chat. He is excited because we're getting him in the game. Still waiting for Hoist, though, there, Space Ape. That's all good. But yeah, so we got Red Alert, and I do have toys of both of these guys coming up, so we'll take a look at that after we get through the rest of these slides. So Red Alert is the best security director ever, and it's largely down to these sheer levels of paranoia that are part and parcel of his hair trigger Autobot's makeup. Nothing, not even the faintest whiff of exhaust residue or whisper of ignition circuitry escapes his attention, and everything and everyone is a potential threat. Dedicated, driven, and very fast, Red Alert nevertheless makes others edgy around him, concerned that what he sees as trenchant and necessary is just plain rash. Yeah, so... Brudica's asking, is that Siege Red Alert? There's a lot of Siege Red Alert in here. I'm not going to be showing off Siege Red Alert because I have got him put away somewhere, but I do have another Red Alert that looks very much like him. But yes, I do definitely see Siege Red Alert. I'm reading Don's comment. Every fire department needs a Lamborghini. Yes, no doubt. And like even that episode where he gets this profile from, where he went and got paranoid and had a glitch or whatever, the Autobots are going out looking for him, and they came across another Fire Chief Lamborghini. So he's not the only Fire Chief Lamborghini. There's another one of those in the Transformers G1 universe. They've got some serious funding in that fire department, I'll tell you what, man. Their meals must be gourmet when they're not fighting fires. Anyway, okay, moving on. Runamuck is his Decepticon counterpart. A two-lane terror, Runamuck likes nothing more than to scream down the highway, often against the flow of traffic, and see who blinks first. His freewheeling, frenzied approach scatters friend and foe alike to the four winds, as they know that if it comes to a head-on collision, Runamuck won't flinch. To relax and unwind, Runamuck likes nothing better than to curl up in a junkyard or auto-wrecking plant. His friction rifle increases the kinetic energy of the target's molecules, and any subsequent motion on their part is most often incendiary. It means if they move, they catch on fire, which is that's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. Whew. Boy, his voice. Okay, next we'll come back to those guys. Next bit of news: we saw the next 5-star batch for the Autobots. It's First Aid, Hotspot, Sandstorm, Goldfire, Rust Dust, Decepticons. It's Reflector, Tantrum, Octone, Ramjet, and Scavenger. These guys are coming tomorrow. Probably sometime around the time that the stream usually is. There's no stream tomorrow, which is the next slide. But there's no stream tomorrow, but the update usually comes right about that time, which is usually about 11 or 12 o'clock Eastern time. So then the new 5-star batch will be live tomorrow. And unlike last time, where when they switched it, it was a little bit of time for where the current batch before they became a Legacy Crystal, they're saying that new Legacy Crystal will be live at the same time the new batch goes live. So if you are sitting on some 5-star shards and you want them, just hit that little question mark up there on to make sure that it's the new batch, if that's what you're waiting for. Because the last thing you want to do is spend that crystal on wanting the new batch, but not have it update yet and end up getting the old batch. Because once you spend it on that batch's crystal, you're stuck with that batch. So if you're waiting to get some 5-star crystals tomorrow with your shards, check the batch first. So there we go. Grand Galvatron's in the stream. Good to see you. I see Optimus Prime is here. New Master, I'm not sure if I called you out there. On the search for Rust Dust and Hotspot. Good luck to you, man. They were tough for me to get. I forgot to update this slide too. There's no stream tomorrow. And this one doesn't need any updates. We're here on Twitch, obviously. So anybody who's watching this replay on YouTube, there's the link over there. It's hard when I'm reversed on my monitor, But there's the link over there. Find us on Twitch if you want to join in to the shenanigans live. Otherwise, you could subscribe to the YouTube channel and watch the replay, because I will be posting the replays. However, and we'll go ahead and switch over to the camera. However, I will say I'm not going to be posting all of the stream. After the stream is over, we will be, or after the news is over, and maybe some crystal cracking or whatever, I will be cutting it off, and we'll continue on Twitch for some kind of Twitch bonus bonus features. So if you want to join in all the shenanigans, especially if you want to do it live, go ahead and head over to Twitch, give us a follow, and we'll just have a great time every week. Okay, so first up with the, let's talk about the toys. First up, we've got Red Alert. Like I said, the Siege Red Alert is off somewhere hiding. This is the Masterpiece Red Alert. I don't remember the number, but they're both very similar. The Siege Red Alert is Cybertronian styled, but he's practically a Lamborghini anyway. I love the Masterpiece because it came with the little sparks from that one episode. I want to say, what is it, Auto Berserk, I think is what it was, and he had some kind of a glitch in his head, which is what it was, really a temporary paranoia thing, but that was like the one episode he really was featured in, so that became his personality for like the rest of Transformers history, is that Red Alert is defined by his glitch, so much that has become his default personality. So yeah, but yeah, so this is the Masterpiece Red Alert. And I know our good friend G1 Red Alert, he's got a third-party version, I think from Bad Cube, I want to say, which is actually, he let me handle when it first came in, and that's actually an excellent option too if you can't track this guy down. But yes, so there you go. And I didn't get a game picture up here. But the one thing that Siege does not have is Siege does not come with his shoulder cannon, although I do believe there are some add-on kits out there for that. Sideswipe repaint, it looks like, well, that's what he's always been. He's always been a Sideswipe repaint with a light bar on his, well, behind there. So this one is not, this light bar is not removable, or at least it's not supposed to be. The one on Siege is indeed removable, so he truly is just a repaint. Sunstreaker repaint? No. Sunstreaker, while a Lamborghini, was never the same as Sideswipe. Although I take that back. In the Generations version, they were basically the same toy. You just kind of turn them around. But the G1, the Masterpiece, and pretty much everything, Sunstreaker and Sideswipe, they're both Lamborghinis, but they were very different toys. Again, except for that one Generations figure. So there's Red Alert. And we're talking about Runamuck. He is based on this version of Runamuck. This is the Transformers Collectors Club exclusive Runamuck, and I thought that foot was going to be a little bit more stable. But yeah, so there he is. I forget what year this came out, but it's been a few years now. I want to say 3 or 4 years he came out. And Runamuck, if I recall, was actually the figure that was included with the Transformers Collectors Club subscription. Back when it still existed, you could pay $40 a year, and you'd get like a comic, like or a newsletter comic kind of thing, every 2 months, and you got a custom exclusive figure. And for that year, it was Runamuck. Now, obviously, you can't have Runamuck without his brother, twin, whatever, Runabout. He actually cost like $50 or $60, and it was included in the membership. So I always like to think about that membership as you're paying $40 for an exclusive figure, and all the other stuff was bonus. So there you go. There's Runamuck and Runabout. The interesting thing about these guys is they're actually based on the Generations Wheeljack, who I happen to have here. So there he is, and you can see how he's got his wings splayed out there, and the back is nice and folded back on there. These guys, I actually did something different, because he's got the wings there, because his official transformation is actually to have them splayed out and have this folded back, but that's not how Runamuck is supposed to look. So when I got him, I was like, I'm not displaying him that way. I found that you could fold the door wings kind of along the back there. They're nicely out of the way, and you just don't fold this all the way down, and it kind of works like it's a hood, like on the original G1 figure. So this is how I've had him displayed for all this time. And in fact, these guys, I haven't touched them in so long, I had to wipe off a layer of dust before I showed them on the stream. Jester132, welcome to the channel. Thanks for following, brother. So yeah. So clearly, if we're getting this guy, we're definitely going to be getting this guy. Now, even though the bot in the game is clearly based on this figure, I think the reason he's being included, if I recall, we are getting a Runamuck and a Runabout, or in the Earthrise, the War for Cybertron Earthrise line. They're not likely to look like this, but I don't think we've seen them yet, so if we were going to put them in the game, they got to go with something. And if it's not going to be the G1 version, this is pretty much the only one out that I'm aware of. There might have been I think there was a small Runamuck, Runabout kind of, weren't they, might have been Japanese exclusives, like a repaint of the bot on the Menasor, Blackjack. I think there was a Runamuck Runabout version made from that Blackjack mold a few years ago. But no, these guys are way cooler. These guys are way cooler. And one thing I always liked about this is they come with like these extra guns or whatever, but you can actually store them behind their legs. So I almost forgot those were there until I held them up in front of me for you guys. So yeah, so there are the... here, let me throw them both up there. A little bit of a size difference because we talk about a masterpiece versus a standard line. Here, how about I do this? There we go. Now they're the same size. So there's your Runamuck and Red Alert, the toys that the new bots in the game are based on. They're coming to the game here. I think in 2 weeks. Now we don't know their abilities yet. They are special class. And I believe in the stream they said they're going to be kind of short range attacker. They're not going to be melee. They're not going to be gunner. Think of Cup or Hot Rod, because you know they're not gunners, but they're not in their melee. They're about the distance of an aerial bot and stuff like that. So they're in there. They're close to it, but they're not lobbing a mortar or something like a gunner does. So. Those are your bots, and I think that's going to be it for this week's news stream here on YouTube. If you guys want to catch us live, head on over to Twitch and follow us there, and we'll be continuing on with the stream after I sign off for you guys on YouTube. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends, and we'll see you next time.